Hello, my name's Anneliese Dressel and I'm a nutritional therapist and owner of the Health Hub Health Shop in Ballincollig, Cork, Ireland. A quick disclaimer before I talk to you about natural remedies for common health issues. I'm passionate about natural medicine and I've used it myself to stay in good health for many years with great success. Also, I've seen how the natural approach has helped many of my customers and clients over the years with their own health issues. However, the natural approach and natural medicine is not always the right answer. If you are experiencing long-lasting or recurrent symptoms, it's best to consult with your GP or health practitioner. Also, it's important to check that natural remedies will not interfere with any medication that you're taking. Anything that I talk about in the following video is not intended as a diagnosis, a cure, or prescription and is for general information purposes only. Thank you. Urinary tract infections are a very common type of infection in your urinary system. A UTI can involve any part of the urinary system, including the urethra, the bladder, the ureters, and the kidneys. The main UTIs are cystitis, which affects the bladder, urethritis, which affects the urethra, that's the tube that goes from the bladder to the outside, and then also, of course, kidney infections. More than 90% of UTI cases are caused by E. coli. And these bacteria are becoming increasingly resistant to antibiotics. Therefore, many people find that they're stuck in a cycle of recurrent antibiotic use just to stay symptom-free. So using natural remedies can help to strengthen the urinary tract's ability to resist infection in the first place. Symptoms of a UTI would include things like pain, burning, or stinging when you go for a wee, needing to wee urgently or more often than usual, wee that's dark, cloudy, or strong smelling, pain low down in the tummy area, or pressure or pain in the pelvic area, and some people will feel pain there in the kidneys at the lower back. Some people will feel a lot of pressure in the lower pelvis area. Urinary tract infections are usually caused by bacteria that come from the back passage and enter into the urinary tract through the urethra. Women have a shorter urethra than men, so we are 5 times more likely to get a UTI than men are. Things that increase the risk of bacteria getting into the bladder through the urethra include having sex, pregnancy. Menopause is very common where the urinary tract tissue loses moisture and becomes easily damaged. Other conditions that block the urinary tract, such as kidney stones, are conditions that make it difficult to fully empty the bladder. So this might be an enlarged prostate in men, maybe constipation in children, or problems with the valve that controls the flow of urine between the bladder and the ureters. Some people that have a weakened immune system will be prone to UTIs, for example, people with diabetes or people having chemotherapy. Not drinking enough fluids is a risk factor, and not keeping the genital area clean and dry. So traditional remedies, we're all familiar with cranberry juice. It's probably the first go-to, and this can help flush bacteria out of the urinary tract. D-mannose is a type of sugar that prevents infection by stopping the bacteria that cause infection from sticking to the wall of the bladder. Buku is a typical South African herb and remedy, and it acts as a urinary antiseptic. It's great to prevent recurring cystitis attacks. Buku also helps to soothe the inflamed membranes of the bladder and the urinary system. Uva ursi has long been used as a urinary antiseptic and a diuretic, so will flush bacteria out of the urinary system. Juniper, an amazing antiseptic and antifungal plant. It's actually also great for a detox in the body. Juniper is a powerful diuretic and that will increase urination and flush out and cleanse the urinary tract system while acting as an antiseptic. Horsetail we see growing in the verges, and it's a diuretic and astringent plant, great for pain relieving, especially when the bladder feels full and it's not relieved by urination, mostly taken as a tea. Berberine is a herb that prevents E. coli from attaching to the bladder wall, and adding some echinacea to berberine gives a great immune system support. It's a really powerful combination. Corn silk is the fresh stringy silk that we remove from the corn cob when we take out the outer husk. The fresh corn silk, very cooling and moistening to hot, irritated mucous membrane tissue in the urinary tract. It's also a soothing anti-inflammatory for the kidneys and the bladder. It's a diuretic, antibacterial and antiseptic. Marshmallow is such a useful plant with loads of benefits. It can help issues such as gastric ulcers, relieving cough, healing wounds and many more. For urinary tract infections and cystitis, marshmallow acts as a natural diuretic, a natural painkiller and can give quick relief. Tried and tested customer favourites. So for recurring cystitis, we love the Dr. Clare's Cystone. It's a blend of many of the herbs above. The other thing we love as well is D-mannose. In order to cause an infection, bacteria such as E. coli, they first kind of make a hook and they use that to stick in between the cells of the urinary tract. Once they're hooked on, they can multiply and then they reach large numbers that creates infections. So D-mannose is a sugar that actually helps prevent the bacteria from developing those hooks so they can stick on and multiply. It's crucial to have a large population of beneficial bacteria that populate the urinary tract. And these good bacteria also produce nutrients that keep the urinary tract tissue healthy. The other benefit is that they take up all the space on the wall of the urinary tract, so it's much more difficult for disease-causing bacteria to gain a foothold where they can start to multiply and increase in numbers. Our customers get good results with Quest Cranbiotics. It's a combination of cranberry extract with probiotic bacteria. Recurrent antibiotic use will knock out all the beneficial bacteria, so it's harder to fight colonization then by the disease-causing bacteria. And this is what causes dependency on the antibiotics to keep you infection-free. This is why the beneficial bacteria in a probiotic are so important. All of these products are available on our website, but if you don't find what you're looking for, you can also order them on the phone. So give us a call on 021 481 0110 and we'll sort you out. Slán the Cúth.